Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. I'm recording this right before the Celtics-Sixers game tips off, so hopefully by the time you're watching it, I have some positive news to report.
So the bets went 3-4 tonight, but honestly, it was a great night. We dropped 1.3 units or something like that in the NBA. We picked up 1.3 in MLB, so it was a break-even night betting-wise, and we saw two great basketball games. Watching the end of the Astros game was awesome. That was the bet of the night. So overall, it was a fun night. Things didn't go our way, but at least we saw a couple good games. We didn't see some blowouts like we've been seeing recently.
Anyway, let's move on to Saturday. Two games on the board here. Knicks Heat game 3, Lakers Warriors game 3. Let's go.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
First up, New York Knicks are down in Miami for game 3. That series is obviously tied. This game starts at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Line opened up Miami -3. Total opens up at 208. I knew I was betting the Knicks in game 3 of this series before the series even started. The Knicks are dogs on the road. One of the best road teams in the NBA this entire season, including the playoffs. They went into Cleveland 3 times, beat the Cavs twice. Cleveland was one of the best home teams in the NBA this year. Not a problem for the Knicks. Want to guess who was one of the worst teams in the NBA this year protecting their home court? The Miami Heat, just 17, 26, and 2 against the spread at home this year. That's including the playoffs. Now, I think we can all agree that this Miami Heat team is playing a lot better basketball right now than they were for most of the regular season. So I'm down to throw out that poor track record at home for the Heat. That being said, the Hawks did come to their home floor in the play-in tournament and smack them around. Anyway, let's take a look at game 2. Knicks won, obviously, but by no means was that an easy victory. In fact, Miami was winning with 4.5 minutes to go. Now, simple logic tells us, okay, Jimmy Butler didn't play. The Knicks barely won at home. Now they go on the road to Miami. Jimmy Butler's probably going to play. The Heat should smash him, right? Not so fast on that, because there was a couple areas in game 2 where the Knicks were uncharacteristically bad. I'm talking about the second unit, specifically Emmanuel Quickley and Obi Toppin. Those two guys combined to go just 3 of 9 from the floor with 6 points. But I'm not just talking about their lack of scoring. Look at the plus-minus numbers from these two players from the Knicks bench versus Cody Zeller and Duncan Robinson. When these pieces were on the floor, when the second units were on the floor, the Miami Heat were dominating this game. Now, the Knicks starting 5 completely controlled the rest of the game, though. I mean, we saw Caleb Martin have a really good game for the Heat. He was -14. Josh Hart was +16. So the Knicks starters controlled the game. So if your angle in this one is, yo, Jimmy Butler's back, so the Heat starting 5 isn't going to get bullied around by the Knicks starting 5 again in game 3. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. But good luck counting on the Heat second unit to outplay the Knicks second unit again. I will almost guarantee you that doesn't happen. Another angle I like for the Knicks here. So in games 1 and 2, we saw Miami turn the ball over just 7 times and 9 times. That's it. That is very uncharacteristic of this Heat team. Since the All-Star break to finish out the regular season, Miami was 25th in turnover rate. So yeah, the Heat have done a solid job this series of protecting the basketball, but in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before they start coughing it up again. So those are my 2 favorite angles here. The Knicks bench pieces, I expect them to definitively outplay the Heat bench pieces instead of getting outplayed. I also like the Heat turnover numbers to start going up. So I'm rolling with the Knicks. I'm always down to back the Knicks on the road. I'm also going to roll with the over again. I bet the over in game 1 and game 2. Hasn't let me down yet, so I'm not bailing on that. As far as props, I only have one written down right now. Julius Randle over points and rebounds. It's set at 30.5. You know what Julius Randle averaged in road games on the season? 26.8 points a game and 10.3 rebounds a game. Julius Randle is an absolute savage on the road, and he's playing with a ton of confidence. In game 2, he was abusing Bam Adebayo. Basically, he was abusing anyone anytime he got a one-on-one matchup. So that's what I got so far for this game. Knicks +4, over 209. Julius Randle over 30.5 points and rebounds. Might add another 1 or 2. We'll see. That's it for now. Let's move on to the next game. Warriors at Lakers. This one starts at 8:30 p.m. Line opens up Lakers -2. Total opens up at 229.5. Honestly, you might want to consider just fading me in this game because I just cannot pick this series right. I mean, I did get lucky. My top bet in game 2 cashed. It was the under at 227.5. But I was lucky as hell to get that. Coming into this series, I was on Golden State. I said Warriors in 6. I thought Golden State would control most of the series. I like their interior defense. What happened was I let game one just completely throw me off my prediction for this series. The Lakers came out and just bodied them on the interior, Anthony Davis specifically, and that had me second guessing all my angles on this series. I was like, shit, maybe the Warriors interior defense can't hang with the Lakers. Maybe there's too much size. Maybe I'm way off here. And I took the sucker bet, took the points of the Lakers in game two, got bit. Then game two comes around, my dumbass is on Lakers +7, and game two looks exactly how I expected game one to look. Warriors interior defense collapsed, forced the Lakers to beat them from outside. The Lakers 3-point attempts goes from 25 in game one to 34 in game two. That's not the basketball the Lakers want to play. Now, LeBron James was on some hero ball shit in the first quarter, and of course, he's insanely talented still. There's always a risk that he's going to do that. But at 38 years old, you cannot count on this guy to do that for 30, 35 minutes in these games. One thing I do expect to see in game three, we haven't seen a Steph Curry game yet. And that's not unusual. I mean, Steph Curry is the only superstar in NBA history that can get completely carried through a playoff run and not get criticized for it. That being said, you know Steph Curry is always a risk to come out and just go nuts offensively. I'm scared of him in these big venues, man, like Madison Square Garden. In his last 7 trips to the Staples Center, Crypto Arena or whatever the fuck it's called, in his last 7 trips there, that's the last 2 seasons, he's averaging 33 points a game. So in this one, I'm rolling with the Warriors and I'm rolling with Steph. So give me Golden State +3. We can probably get this at a better number, closer to tip. And give me Steph Curry over 30.5 points. Numbers that high for a reason. As far as the total, I'll probably go back to the under, not sure yet. I'm not going to give a definitive pick on that yet. I will on the final ticket tomorrow. If anything changes with any of these bets, I will let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets that has my final list of bets, exactly how much I'm betting on it, also a same game parlay built for every single game. If you're interested in that, head over to KyleKirms.com. Weekends here, we got 2 playoff games. Let's have ourselves a good one. Remember to bet responsibly, and I will talk to you on Twitter.